The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to keep the Centers for Disease Control's eviction moratorium in place through July 31st, 2021. It was June 29th that the vote came down from the U.S. Supreme Court. It was a 5-4 decision in the case of the Alabama Association of Realtors versus the Department of Health and Human Services. The landlords and realtors were asking the court to vacate the stay, to lift the hold on the lower court's decision to eliminate the nationwide ban on evictions. And in one sentence, the U.S. Supreme Court said, the application to vacate stay presented to the Chief Justice and by him referred to the court is denied, which means the ban on eviction stays in place through July 31st, 2021, as the CDC has ordered. Now, this eviction ban has been through the courts in the last several months. It was a federal judge in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia that ruled against the Center for Disease Control's eviction moratorium back on May 5th, saying that the CDC exceeded its authority by putting the temporary ban on evictions in place in the first place. But that same judge put a stay or a hold on her own ruling as the case worked its way through the courts, therefore keeping the ban in place and people in their homes. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia upheld that stay on June 2nd. The landlords appealed, and that's how we got to the U.S. Supreme Court. This is how the justices voted. Voting to leave the moratorium in place were Justices Roberts, Breyer, Sotomayor, and Kagan. Justice Kavanaugh concurred, and that's how we got a 5-4 vote on this issue. And Kavanaugh wrote that he actually agreed with the lower courts that the CDC exceeded its authority, but he writes, because the CDC plans to end the moratorium in only a few weeks on July 31st, and because those few weeks will allow for additional and more orderly distribution of the congressionally appropriated rental assistance funds, I vote at this time to deny the application to vacate the district court stay of its order. So he said it's going to end anyway in a couple of weeks, and we need to get this rental assistance money into the hands of the renters and therefore into the landlords' pockets who need it. This means renters can still use the CDC Declaration Form to prevent an eviction for non-payment of rent during this ongoing COVID pandemic. The eviction moratorium, as we said, will expire at the end of July. Renters are encouraged to seek out rental assistance funds. To invoke the moratorium, renters, and this is for residential properties, can provide a signed copy of the CDC Declaration Form or something like that to their landlord. Each adult listed on the list should sign their own declaration form. In the description below, some resources. First of all, you can read the opinion of the U.S. Supreme Court. You can read some news coverage of it that talks more about the eviction moratorium and where it's been these last several months. That CDC declaration form that you can print and show your landlord, that is linked up in the description below, along with the CDC order that put the eviction moratorium in place in the first place. If you need rental assistance money, if you are in the state of Wisconsin, we give you a link directly to Wisconsin's support. If you are outside of the state of Wisconsin, we give you a separate resource where you can see if there is rental assistance money available closer to you.